And they're off. It's going to be a really interesting run. Let's see if the Behemoth decides to Super Troll today. Looks like he's playing nice for both of them. At least so far. And Marsh gets the Behemoth down first. There's Jigs. Oh, you got a crit at least. Yeah, at least neither of them died. Trust me. I think it was either Mars or Cyclone. I think once told me that even in their PB, they died 7 times to it. And they still PB'd. So here's the all-important remembering to jump over the old guy and press the boulder. As if you accidentally don't, you can't proceed. You can manage to get by him, but you can't proceed. And Mark's opting for Cure first before picking up Kaylee. While Jighart is picking up Kaylee, the traditional route. Well, Marsh just picked up his Cure, which hopefully he doesn't remember to waste it all, as this room really can't do anything. Now he's picking up Kaylee, while Jig's going to go grab his Cure. That's what I don't think he's male, but so yeah. If you're in chat, let me know if I'm pronouncing your names correctly, as the runners are allowed to watch. It's not the randomizer, even though there is a randomizer category for this. I've heard it's hard. And here comes the, walking, talking shrooms, I guess? Not counting the Minotaur that was hiding in a tree. Marsh is looking like he's going to maybe get a 4 total, killing the Minotaur. Same thing with, Jig. Though missing the slime really doesn't hurt right now. Now, do note that each runner, will probably be following the same, formulaic, because we've set up the resistance glitch. Let's hope they both remember that one, because that's kind of important. But I do have to ask, chat, what do you think the trolliest boss is going to be, excluding Zoo and Pazuzu? My money is probably on maybe the Ice Golem, though I wouldn't put it past the Flamosaurus Rex, which is still a weird name. Yes, I know it's not a fair question. That's why I asked. Because of the fact the game really will troll. I mean, during my race last night, let's see, by the time I got done with the Ice Golem, I had a 49. By the time I got done with the tree, 1 hour, 27 minutes. This game loves to troll. But we all know that. And here's the person that's got the coolest music, but does absolute crap. Yeah, that is true. He is the trolliest boss in the game. I just wish you could actually use cure potions on enemies. Well, that or if life actually works the way it's supposed to, but then I guess it would hurt later in the game. And both skipping the cure potions, which it really doesn't matter on that one. But I know I'm personally a fan of, if cures did work on the boss, picking up those cure potions and just hurling them at him. But they don't. The game lets you use cure as a weapon, but they won't let you use the items as a weapon either. Which would be kind of funny, because you can literally underflow to get every major key item in the game. Surprising enough, you can. But the runners will probably stick to the basic setup of get through the ice pyramid and create the X number of sun coins and go from there. Now, not sure about the rest of you, but I am really hoping that either of them get super trolled by the bosses here. Although I know we're all anxious to see, how some of the best things in this game. I mean, it's actually an interesting speed run. Never thought I'd say that on, especially considering how bad of a reputation this game gets. It's not that bad. Oh, and Moss is petrified. No, not petrified. Prowess. I'm surprised both of them went with the different, styles. If I recall correctly, Mars, I think, said that he prefers the actual figures because he actually grew up with it. I guess. Please tell me if I've put it out to your name, decently. He's gone for the traditional, scale. Actually, no figures. Yeah. And I know it sounded probably horrible here, but both want a Minotaur fight. In fact, virtual high five. Both coming in to come real close to get their seeds. I don't know about you guys, but during most of this, yeah, I'll just let Ben die as much as possible and go from there. But we all love the Goon Kids. Moss picking up his seeds. And Jig will be doing that right about now. Then they're both going to be starting to dupe them as many times as they want. Which, nearly the only reason why it's in the first slot is due to convenience. It's speed tech. But there's really nothing major to state until they get to the the third boss of the game, I guess, because technically the first boss is your first fight. Now, will they both decide to skip Quake? Looks like Moss is going for the skipping Quake strats. I know it's actually a very potent strat. Takes a little more practice, but Jig's getting it. Jig's picking up Quake. Now I wonder if Moss forgot or if he is going solo with no Quake. I know it does add add a little bit of pressure, but it does, save you some time. Let's see. Just by Tristan, the standard cures. You have to love a game that actually will let you mess with almost the order of the entire game. Let's see. For them doing a pretty good job. It looks like both of them will probably leave with maybe an 11-ish? 10:30 to 11-ish, which is a decent time. Very decent time, considering, how trolly this early game could be. Looks like Marsh might actually leave with a 10. I know he does keep splits, so yeah. I don't know if that'll be a gold split or not, but that'll be pretty good. And he apparently has gotten, a faster time, but I know this is going to be a very even match. Because the game essentially does that to all of us. It really does. And Moss has got the Earth Crystal, the easiest of the 4 crystals. Even though I also say it's the hardest because you have to actually get a crystal. who is really one of the worst characters in the game. Mind you, he's the only character that you cannot, that has resistance to instant death, which I do still have to say is kind of funny. The one character that we would want to die can't die. But let's see. Yeah, Mosh is going for the complete skipping quake strats. Well, Jig is essentially, you know, getting trolled like anything. Yeah, I know, this boss can be super trolly. I've tried my best to try to come up with any type of crazy strat to actually save time on this. It's all a matter of just how this game works. Mind you, the item order in this game, you know, is weird. It's very weird. True, but using as a meat shield, as fun as it may be, would slow down the actual battle. It would. I'm just a fan of just straight up, okay, throw one auto, and then until you're basically just about to die, just have them spam attacks and just make sure you don't die. And us looking towards getting, heading towards the tower. They're getting their first crystal and finally getting over the boss. Which, why the game screws up most things, I will never know. I mean, it is Final Fantasy random number generator quest, baby's first RPG. You'd think that would actually hurt the game. But then again, there are parts in this game that are actually very well, you know, done. I don't know about the rest of you, but the music, I mean, the music of this game is actually amazing. It's even better when you actually get that Square Enix finally started to recognize, yes, this music is good. Still waiting for them to actually put it in Distant Worlds, but that's asking for a lot. And Mosh picking up Phoebe right now. Basically our best ally in the game. Our very best ally in the game. Whereas Jig is starting to basically go back and pick up his shield, then headed to drop off the elixir to Kaylee, and finally getting into the tower. I know, this game will troll you. But there's always the tower. The tower is the true test. It is the final dungeon, the final boss, and everything wrapped up in one. I mean, it's literally the one area that if we could skip it, we would. Mind you, I think we should change Bazooka's name to Schrodinger, because he appears on every floor. You actually can talk to him on 1, 3, 5, or 7. And I don't think the game moves him to each floor individually. I think more than likely they just, here, we'll have him on all the floors. And once there, we'll then move him. But that's the thing. This is going to be an interesting match. As I've said, one of them finally picked up the claw. Well, was about to. So looks like both are opting to not get fire. a reasonable, you know, speed strat. It is useful, though. It is very useful. Now, I guess since we really don't have a second commentator, I guess, chat, you're my second commentator for now. Let's have some fun. So, who thinks that the boss is going to, you know, the bosses in the Ice Pyramid are going to troll? Okay, according to Fiesel, we might actually be able to get a second person in here. That'll be great. Thank you, Fiesel. They're both finally in, they're both in the wintry cave, which it's a wintry cave. I'm surprised there's no bears. There's a giant squid, but no bears. I mean, it's a wintry cave. Yeah, that is true. But still, I know how using this game could be. Looks like Jig is opting to, well, started to dupe his seeds. I know the game. Seeds are important in this game. Seeds are very important. You see before talking to Pazuzu? I've actually been testing that for like 7 hours. Really, you can actually manipulate it as, well, from what I've gathered, the whole fact is the frame window is, you could probably match it off to the music, which is kind of cool, actually. That the, you know, game developers, you know, actually made the game, you know, its coding is actually amusing and interesting. The game itself, though I did have to note to myself, the battle system actually reminds me of Chrono Cross. For those of you that have actually played the game, you know what I'm talking about as far as visible encounters, walking up to them, and hey, we're going to a separate area. Ah, the birds. The birds. The worms, the birds, the centaurs, and the turtles. Though, as I said, there are some really crazy things in this game. Ah, the giant squid. Though, I'm surprised he doesn't actually blind you. I mean, there's a squid. Squids release ink. So, also getting quick work of the birds. Jig approaching his squid fight real soon. And Moss taking the risk of just leaving Ben dead and just... Well, I shouldn't say Ben in this case. Leaving Goon Kid dead and going solo Phoebe. Oh, it's what? Franker Z is what, you know, Jig is using his name for. Actually, you know, to answer your question.
Oh, hey, Silver.
Yeah,
well,
sort of feels like it.
Sound is off, so.
you know, RNG seems to be more. I would state it more akin to not just on the frames, but also the button presses on that one. I mean, the game itself, the RNG for it, feels more like they did an amazing job with it, especially for its time, and you would not expect it to, you know, be, you know, altered. But from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it has seeds, you know, in the traditional term. It seems more like it actually has, you know, more of like what a more modern game would do with, hey, here's the starting values, these are set, and then we'll adjust them on the fly. I think that's also why the game actually is very, you know, narrow-minded. It's beginner's RPG, but the way it plays is more of like an advanced game. That's kind of amusing. And Moss going to grab, well, talk to the old man and beat him up and snag the, you know, wake water. Sad thing is it only actually heals one plant, though it does allow access to cures. Which, as we all know, access to cures in any way in this game is insanely broken. This is your first opportunity to where you can start experimenting with this game. You can actually pick up, you know, 0 cures, underflow, seeds, or, well, seeds, refreshers, or heals to various items. Seeds will turn into heal potions. Heal potions to cure potions, and refreshers to seeds. And Jig, you know, finally taking on his giant squid. Hopefully he won't get blinded. But yes, as soon as you have access to an item shop in this game, you can start manipulating the game's RNG. Well, not RNG, the actual underflowing. Kind of amusing because you can actually get access to Tristram 2, Kaylee 2, and Ruben 1. All of which are kind of useful. Just requires the amount of money you have. So you really can't underflow continuously. Well, I guess you technically can, but it requires eating a lot of seeds. Sorry, drinking a lot of potions. Now, if those would actually help you, good on ya. Though it's one of those things that it's just like. I've actually tested it and actually had the Mega Bomb, well, the Mega Grenade, going into the Ice Pyramid. Really amusing is the fact that you could actually throw a bomb in the basin, break open the wall, and then jump the cutscene to get the actual jumbo bombs. It makes it impossible to finish Ice Pyramid because you can't get to complete it. That's because there's no spot to actually throw a Mega Grenade perfectly to get, you know, to crack open the hole in the floor. But it's fun. Though actually getting jumbo bombs actually getting jumbo bombs after getting Mega Grenades is the only time I have found that you will hold a weaker weapon at least until you change the inventory. Oh, not so much inventory, but rotate the stuff. Yeah, the heal spell in battle really isn't a trap. It's more... You can hope for good RNG there, and that's a little hard. But... it is useful, especially in battle. Life... it's life. It actually just wants to help everything and ruin everything in this game. Oh, that is true. Healing allies? Yes. But convincing the game to actually use life like that? That's a different story. I mean, if you're on manual mode, yes, you'll want to use life over heal. Because the animation is about the same. But the AI on this one? Not so much. Because it's thinking the game is programmed one way, and we know it's not. And... Moss making his way to the ice pyramid, while Jig making his way to the basin. Please tell me if I'm actually pronouncing your name correctly. I hope so. But they're both taking care of the basin right now. Yeah, the snow crab. Oddly enough, it's a giant crab. It's a giant, snow crab. I don't know if there's ever such a thing in the real world. I mean, what's to say there? What's there to say about the snow crab? Though, it is amusing. Now, wait, isn't it axe for the snow crab? Though I guess that technically would be amusing, considering a real crab you would use a hammer for, and Ruben's weapon, which is a Morning Star, is technically an axe, so that would be hysterical. But yes, the enemies are going to be invisible in the pyramid. Why did they start doing this when the Bone Dungeon didn't have anything like that? I don't know. I know it requires the magic mirror, which we skip. It's a speed run. We're always gonna skip. Mind you, you can underflow and get that without getting it. That just requires a setup of, picking up refreshers when having a full inventory will net you the Venus Key, the Thunder Rock, the Magic Mirror, and, oddly enough, the Sun Coin. Which is why I wish I could find a way to actually manipulate that more, because apparently picking chests up are a lot different than picking up, items in the store. But Jig approaching his giant snow crab. Hopefully he'll fry it up and then be able to serve it, up for his party. As it's the snow crab. We gotta appreciate it. It's just one of those monsters that the very next area, it's a normal boss, normal enemy. And there's another squid, and it's what, manticores for those things? Not really sure about its name there. I mean, let's see. I learned this game, less than a month ago, and I'm still, learning things to this day, but it's really an easy game to pick up and learn, and I encourage everybody to actually try it out. It's one of those games that it's like, you'll pick up, you'll play, and if you're expecting, Final Fantasy VII, not so much. Pick it up and, think of it as a fun game to try out and have fun with. Yeah, it's that type of game. Now, we're working through the ice pyramid, and Jig's just about to get there himself. As Moss makes his way through it. He's actually on a very good time. Looking like maybe a 40-ish, which is actually pretty good. Now, Jig's working on his snow crab. He's electrocuting it to death. I guess that's the most humane way. I mean, fire or lightning. They both, kill ya. Though the eyeballs. But personally, I think those remind me of what's its name from FF? From the Final Fantasy series? The thing that really gives you bad breath. That's the closest thing I think that's the reference from. I mean, you see them, you see chocoboos. You see a lot of amusing things in this game. I think Square really did do a decent job of this. Yes, those things. Anyway, both are actually coming into, both are in the ice pyramid right now, which is amusing. Wonder why when, the winter part ends, it doesn't melt. I mean, I guess in this case, would it be an ice pyramid? Guess not. I mean, the one benefit about the tree is it's the only dungeon that once you beat the boss, all the mobs go away. And every item you see runners pick up is essentially just because it's in our way. Well, mind you, they could have also picked up heal potions, if I recall correctly, early in the Wintry Cave, but that requires an extra battle to waste all the refreshers. And it's really not worth, you know, turning, picking up the chest, and going from there. Let's hope they both actually don't get too trolled by the boss, as they're both actually making very good time. You know, this is the type of game that it doesn't matter if you get a gold split, it doesn't matter if you miss time. From what I heard, even when the current world record holder, Vegas, actually got his world record, from what I heard, he had a horrible beginning, and then just the game opened up and it's like, here we go, we're going to give you perfect RNG for the rest of the game. That's the thing about this game. You'd think it would have so much RNG, which it does, but remember, every time you die in this game and you don't give up, which is a nice thing in and of itself, the game doesn't reroll the encounter. The game takes what you did and then rerolls every action you did, which I think is actually kind of nice. Because unlike most RPGs, when you die, you die. This may be a true beginner's RPG, but oh, and Phoebe's confused on Marsha's side. I hope that she doesn't end up killing them both. Wow, I did not know the world record was also doing a race. What was second? Some DDR noobs, you know, what? Current record? You know, which is what? 450... Sorry, not 450... A 156 or 8-ish? I really would like to know that one. Though, I really do also feel sad for Europe that this was their first Final Fantasy game. And even then, it's actually, as I said, it's not a bad game. Basic, yes. But amusing? Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's one of those games you actually could experiment with as much as you want. And as long as we manage to, you know, get the game done, you're good. Though, I believe the developers really did not want you to do some of the things that we do. I mean, technically, you can actually get to the end game right after the experiment. It requires a bit of manipulation, and actually going to Windia early and dropping off the Thunder Rock, but you can go to the tower. There's no way back, though, but you can go to the tower. And both of them approaching the boss. Hopefully Moss doesn't actually fall. Big is working on the birds, and, you know, I guess it's a floating wizard. Mind you, there's several strats to that one. In fact, I think someone actually posted, or at least came up with a Cliff Notes version of Elmagus' guide on bosses. And you'll hear us all reference him a lot, because a lot of us in the tournament that had never picked up this game just went on to GameFAQs, picked up his guide, and just went with it. You'll see us pick up the Night Sword coming up, which is kind of needed. Well, it's not really needed, but we walk right by it and it's the easiest fight, so we pick it up anyway. Now, the one area we won't see is, well, we won't see him pick up the sandwich, get the sandwich made, but we will see Ben drop the sandwich. Just so that way Tristan does not get it. Because he's already supposedly carrying on a boombox. I have no clue where he hides that thing. I guess maybe it's taped onto his throwing stars, and that's why they miss so much, because the enemies can hear it coming? But that is what it is. So they're both in the final stages of the ice pyramid. Both are actually having a very good time. And it's looking like, you know, both of them will probably get at least a sub 50 on the pyramid, which to me is actually very good considering I am not the best at this game, but, you know, picking it up, as I said, very recently. But Monster's about to get to his Ice Golem fight, while Jig is just about to get to their, you know, noble armor. Which is... no, they already picked it up. No, wait, yeah, they're just about to pick it up. And now here's the Ice Golem. Oddly enough, it's a giant block. It's a giant moving, you know, ice monster. Kind of funny that you basically, you know, you just fire him to death, and I'm surprised bombs don't deal more damage. It's a giant explosion. Why don't bombs deal more damage? But there really are some, you know, weird things within this game. So, as we know, this part of the game is where you'll basically see players start the item manipulation, which is actually kind of easy. I did not know that. Holding down both A and B actually might allow you to assist for the RNG. That might actually help with the tower. Now that is useful. Though, I know you can also do that, you know, if you know, while I actually had, well, first of all, congratulations on Mars, a sub 40 on his Ice Pyramid, picking up his water crystal. Very true. Well, Moss is now on his way to exit. Chat, you want to start guessing the number of squids you'll have to face? Dig is going over and working on getting to their Knight Sword and then the Ice Golem. Mind you, there's also a few amusing glitches in this game that you won't see our runners do. One of which involves dying on a battlefield after completing it, which actually loops over to 255 out of 10. It actually will underflow the battlefield. And then leveling up at the same time, any extra experience would also level you up. Which apparently sets, if I recall correctly, the experience to, what, over 24,000 or something? Chat can correct me if I'm wrong there. But that's still amusing on that one. But I guess if you really wanted to do a low-level run, you could do that. Then there's the bomb glitch. When you don't have any bombs in your inventory, and you use the bomb, and you use the action button for a bomb, it will still do, you know, the bomb action. Which is kind of useful, especially in the mine, which you won't see us enter. Which, using that allows you to actually keep descending past where you're supposed to in the ladder, in the bucket ladders. Mind you, actually having that, you know, having jumbo bombs instead of mega grenades, you know, as I said, picking up the jumbo bombs after the mega grenades, will also slow down the music, but not NPCs. And Moss starting his squid fight for exit. While Jig is working on his ice golem. Both of them are at a reasonable time, and it's looking like it'll be the tower. That's, what, 3 just 1 squid fights? 4 now? Will we see a perfect 10? Will we? It's the type of thing that it is so rare, but I know it's probably possible. But this is going to probably come down to the tower. Is that a 6 or a 7 so far? Mars side. Is that anybody notice on that one? As I'm trying to concentrate on multiple things here. And Jig picking up his actual, you know, second crystal. You know, at an actual reasonable time. You know, at least compared to myself, but... Oh my god, is that 8 or 9? Oh my god, that's... Oh my god! Was that a perfect 10 squids only? Was that a perfect 10 squids only? Am I the only one that saw this? Chat, can anybody tell me if you actually had to fight any additional squid battle? And Jig making his way back down the ice pyramid. How many squids will he have to fight in exit? I don't know what to say here. I don't. Moss is definitely on PB pace. And I'm gonna knock on some wood right now just so that way I didn't just give him the commentary curse. Because he's on amazing pace! Yeah. And right now, Moss is on amazing pace. He just got a perfect 10 on the squids. No extra fight there. And now let's start guessing Jig's fight. Here's... Oh, it's already trolling him. It's already trolling him. Yes. Yes. And Mystic Quest. Now you'll see us get an infinite amount of seeds and basically skip over a fourth of the game here. Yeah, the exit battlefield. The only battlefield we do in this game. As its exit. To quote one of my fellow runners, why walk when you can teleport? It's literally that useful. We use it to teleport away enemies. We use it to get out of areas faster. We use it for everything. And now here comes the sandwich. Because for some reason, Ben had a sandwich in his pocket all this time. Why he couldn't have just thrown it to give him the Dragon Claw early, I will never know. Yeah, that is true. Getting a true consistent battle in this game is probably down to pure inputs, but at the same point, Moss takes a death and is petrified. Jig working with his squids, and hopefully will soon pick up exit. Yep, the mummies are trolly. And here comes the sandwich and claw thief. And the owner of apparently the world's only boombox. But then again, it's one of those things that the way this game is. Jig finally on his way to see a salesman about his buying 0 cure potions and then, well, not 0 seeds, turning that into 99. The game actually apparently allows you to buy 0 items, and then, well, using 0 items underflows the game. We used this to give ourselves a sky coin, which is the last of the 4 coins in our inventory slot, which now allows you to not be able to pick up cure potions. Because of this, buying any cure potions at a store, picking up any cure potions, allows us to rewrite our inventory slot. For those of you that are familiar with the old, I think it's what, hexadecimal system is what this game is using? I could be wrong there. Anyway, it essentially writes back in order of key item slots. However, that is different if you pick up any chest items. Picking up 3 cure potions from a chest actually gives you something different than actually buying 3 cure potions. Now comes the Deku tree. Our favorite walking, talking tree that apparently called us a goon. And Jig, remember to pick up the proper number? Mind you, that actually does work a lot differently, as you can manipulate it through no matter what you buy. Though always buying 0 will erase every item in your inventory, except for your consumables, and the Venus key. You, for some reason, always keep the Venus key. I guess it really loves the key. So Will must actually attempt, I guess he's not trying to get early. Which is an amazing spell. It is an amazing spell. All these mobs here, and here's Jig's sandwich falling down in the hole. Because who knew you could carry a sandwich in your pocket that turns into a person? I sure as heck didn't. I mean, if you could carry any type of sandwich with you and have it turn into a person, what type of sandwich would you want? Yep. Mummy's gone. I guess he actually left just because he couldn't stand him. But still, you're going to see a very few, glitches in this game. It comes down to more just playing the game for fun and actually, executing it. And experimenting like all heck on this game. It's okay, and now we'll get the hook shot. Oh, no, I wouldn't call it the hook shot. The claw shot, most likely. For the shoutouts to those Zelda fans in the chat. It's essentially the most valuable item in this game. And it's the one item that Tristan takes from us at the beginning of the game, and we need for the end game. I'd imagine, you know, Ed's reaction to this is like, really? You're giving me this now? Why did you take this from me in the first place? Why? I could have paid you for it any time. And Jig, having a bit of trouble with the ghosts. I mean, I guess they're ghosts. I mean, they're wearing a... You know, they got a hood that's covering all over them. I guess that defines the term ghost. I guess. But, you know, it is what it is. Moss on his way to talk to the Deku Tree with Illy. I guess I should just call her Navi. Because, hey, listen! She can talk to trees. And it is basically telling him, hey, I can't talk to this thing. Can you? He's like, no, but I know someone that is, you know, that can do it. We should go see her. Yay! And now they'll both be picking up Aro, which is one of the best spells of the game. Both of them, you know, on amazing pace right now. I don't want to jinx them, because they're both on amazing pace. Looking at if they're lucky and get insane RNG, probably not a sub 2. Well, let me knock on some wood here. Moss might actually hit a sub 2. He's on that type of a pace. And that's one of those things you grind for. And Zig, maybe a 205, 210-ish, but I'm no judge of the times. So it is what it is there, but Moss just about to talk to the Deku Tree. Jig just about to get abandoned by Tristram for the chance of possibly finding some more junk. And yelling at him and eventually to get him to shut up. This one just gives him the claw shot. And he gets his claw shot. I still have to love his reactions. Oh, it's like, oh well, I guess I'll just have to deal with this. Though, never give Phoebe bombs. Just never give her bombs. Yeah, this tunnel we've been trying to make. I'm just gonna blow it open because my grandfather left. It's like, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Yeah, I find it funny. The two female characters that we get, one of them is Captain Mac's daughter, the other one is Finster's granddaughter. Kind of makes you wonder why both of them just couldn't have teamed up and actually did everything themselves. I mean, we hold them back. Not only do we hold them back, we, until the final areas of the game, basically are just the meat shield for them. Which is kind of amusing. When's the last time a hero in an RPG was actually just a meat shield? I guess excluding Cloud from FF7. And yes, people are going to kill me for that comment. But still. Moss walking through the Deku Tree, which is kind of funny, because I'd laugh if the boss was a giant spider, but he's not. Sorry about that. Everybody that's still watching, you know, you're watching an amazing game, and an amazing race too. Jig picking up his RO, which, oddly enough, all these mobs are weak to. Well, except for the trees, which is kind of amusing. It's a tree. Can't wind blow down a tree? You'd think it would, but it really can't, apparently. Axes work. Then you have these giant scorpions, which are kind of crazy, but it is what it is. But now they're both just about to get, well, Jig's just about to enter and talk to the Deku Tree himself. Well, Moss working his way through the tree, not liking the pattern of worms. From what I heard, it's like, what, a 70% chance or something like that of getting a 2-worm fight throughout most of the tree, except until we get the metal slimes. Where are the regular blue slimes in this game? Come on, Akira Toriyama, why couldn't you have helped with this game? For those that actually don't know, he's the guy who actually helped illustrate Dragon Quest. Plus, he's also the creator of Dragon Ball. Which, from how we all know, but surprisingly, both actually having decent RNG. Except for the giant, you know, dinosaur and the giant hunk of ice. They've both had good, you know, RNG so far. Yeah, I know they were a bit of rivals at the time. Didn't stop them from working on Chrono Trigger. Mind you, this was one of those games that, even as a kid, even after playing, you know, Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy IV, I still enjoyed playing this game. The most annoying thing was, well, trying to figure out where to go, because the game really doesn't help you. I mean, it does hold your hand for some parts, but who reads all the text, and who reads the instruction manual? Yeah, I didn't realize it actually told you how to get through the lava dome. I know the game did give you a free mail-in coupon to get, well, basically just buying a copy of the game gave you a free copy of the guide. Wonder how many people actually turned in those. I mean, they gave you a copy of the game. It wasn't a mini guide either. It was a free full player's guide. Also makes me wonder if it actually talked about how many ways you could glitch out this game. Probably not, but I've seen weirder things in a game guide before. I have. I mean, Zelda 3's guide actually talks about iframes, which is kind of amusing for an actual game guide to talk about iframes. Most guides really didn't. But both making their way through the Deku Tree, which... it's the Deku Tree. So they're both, you know, pretty close to each other. Despite all the trouble, you know, and all the problems, they're both getting close. And yes, iframes can be seen, but, you know. It really is not the whole fact of them calling it iframes in particular. It is, however, one of those things that says they will talk about being immune, but you kind of know it's what they're talking about. Anyway, let's see. Both of them, as I stated, time and time again, I just can't believe both of them are in such a good pace. I'm hoping they both get floor 6s. Though, chat, you want to start guessing now for the floors? And how good, you know, the tower will be? And if or if not, they'll get petrified or horrible, you know, luck with the giant three-headed chimera that somehow got into a giant tree. Considering both of them prefer to do the usual floor 3 strat, you know, I'm hoping they get Pog Champs, not the baby rages. I had to deal with that myself last night, so I gotta root for them. I gotta root for them both. Both of them are looking insanely good right now. So, here's hoping. Here's hoping. I mean, the tournament has been amazing. Both of them are doing insanely well. Looks like Kaylee actually remembered to know what to do today, as there are times when she will just basically brick and just, I'm just going to attack her. I'm just going to use the spell and, oh, hey, Pazuzu. I didn't realize your Psyxion was up. Yeah. This game, it is what it is. What if the floor is lava? That's why we don't go to the lava dome. That's just why we don't go to the lava dome. Although, from what I've heard, it's got some of the best music in the game. Well, that and Doom Castle. I almost wish, basically, they would allow you to remix, you know, all the music during certain parts of the tower. Not tower. Yeah, during Doom Castle. Though I would hope that the saddest thing is in the Zoo's Tower part of the castle, you can fall through floors. Why can't we do that on Zeus's Tower so we can go up to floor 7 and drop to 6 immediately? God, that would save so much time. Better just being able to actually walk around the balls. I agree with the music. And I agree, it is very hard to actually, you know, call for either, to go for either of them. They're both having phenomenal runs. They're both having insanely good runs. If this keeps up, you guys, if they both get amazing, you know, RNG, and I'm gonna knock on some more wood because I don't want to, you know, give them the commentary's curse. I don't want this. They're both on insane runs. I think they're both actually got a possibility of PBing. I know at least Mars probably does. Jig, I'm rooting for ya. I'm rooting for ya. I mean, one of the things I've said constantly with commentating this game, at any time you could see a world record happen in this game. It's that type of game. It's the type of game that you just want to root for every runner, and Moss takes a death. Come on, you're both doing so good. Come on, you're both doing amazing right now. Yeah, I know the birds will answer it for you both, but I want you both to actually get a good time. You're both on phenomenal pace. As a commentator, I couldn't ask for a better race to commentate on. As you both have basically been, making my job easier. Especially since it's just me for now. But this game speaks for itself. And both runners are going to have an epic time with this one. This is the type of race that, barring my own commentary, because as like all runners and, even on the commentary side, will all state, it wasn't our best work. We could have had, something better, but we did the best we can. But this is the type of game that you just play through. You really don't practice in segments, but you just play through. But that's the thing. This is definitely a game that, if you haven't ever played, try it. It's so easy to learn, so easy to pick up. I mean, heck, even if you don't want to speedrun it, if I recall what the average most people give for the time it takes to play this game is 10 hours. Even then, that's about the length of Chrono Trigger, which is an amazing game. I know I've done that for one of my favorite games of all time, Final Fantasy VI. To the point that basically, we all have those games we'll play through, X number of times whenever we feel like it. This is one of those games that may ask us why we speedrun it. It's not just the music, it's an amusing game to run. I once stated that it's an RPG you would want to play in a sense of Baby Swiss RPG to speedrun. And you got those. It's probably gonna give you some bad habits. I'd say maybe not. I'd say more. It'll make you think about how much you want to manipulate the RNG of a game. You'll be thankful for a game when you get it too. I think we all had Zelda and Mario for the SNES. Those were most likely our first few games. Surprisingly enough, Zelda actually was not one of the best sellers on the system. But nearly an hour and 10 in, and they're both nearly to the tower. All that remains is just the mountain full of gales, which it's a very easy time. It's a very easy, fight. Well, not so much fight, but meteor, single target arrow, maybe the occasional axe swing, maybe a bomb, maybe even a dragon claw, and on the boss, maybe the occasional heal strat. But that's the game. You know, at least for what's coming up. I mean, the only two, I guess, three major glitches you'll see in this game. One, just starting the game because of the resistance glitch, where the game can't load up all but one partner's resistances, no matter when you load it, so starting a fresh game, hey, you keep your former partner's resistances. Does that technically make it New Game Plus? Hey! Federation Request, the game that created New Game Plus. Technically, I mean, Chrono Trigger did, give it a name and allowed players to know what they were doing. But I guess Mystic Quest technically did it first. Let's get those Goon Kids in chat. Let's go, Goon Kid. Let's go, Goon Kids. Of course, as we know, it's supposed to say "Go on, kid," but typo. Then again, Mario World also had spelled out in coins, "You are a great player." At least that's what it's supposed to read. I have to go grab my Mario Madness Player's Guide, which was the Mario World guide to truly check on that one, but Moss having a very good fight. And Jig approaching the boss himself. Hey, we'll both have a high five here. Come on, chat, let's get those Goon Kids in here. Goon Kid! And now we are blocked out by the clouds because we never fixed the Earth Crystal. Sorry, not Earth Crystal, the Fire Crystal. And Moss on his descent to grab his actual meteor, which is weird because when was meteor not the strongest spell in Final Fantasy? Jig on his Chimera fight. I wish him luck. I hope the heck that doesn't troll him there. I hope the heck on that one. Yes, it is a meme. Just like the free sandwich that you drop. Oh, Jig. I feel ya. This boss can be trolly. Opting for the residual damage to the boss by casting RO on both the yellow skull, which I wish I could palette swap that to blue. Just so I could nickname it Skeletor. Then it would need to be blue with a green skull, but still. That'd be cool. And Moss opting to walk, not teleport, to pick up his Mega Grades. Please don't teleport while you're in Fireberg. Please don't teleport while you're in Fireberg. Please don't teleport while you're in Fireberg. Good, he remembers! I know. I know. This boss control. Took me 5+ minutes to get it last night. Yeah, you just throw it. God, that reminds me of an old movie. Hey, there's dynamite in here. What do I do with it? Just throw it at him! Yeah, just like you learn to use jumbo bombs. How do you learn to use a jumbo bomb? Big. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. This boss. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't give you a commentary curse. I just hope I didn't give you a commentary curse, man. Yeah, that's how you learn to use something. FVB give it to you because you know he's going to cause havoc with it. And that's the thing. Phoebe, the cute, quiet little girl who we basically stalked for the first part of the, water crystal act. It's like, hey, I need to leave. It's like, but I need your help. It's like, I need. It's like, oh, you mean Grandpa? Okay, follow me. Yes, this story. No one really knows this story. I mean, something about my village is missing. It's destroyed. I'm on this mountain. Oh yeah, like, oh yeah. Hey, there's this tower. We need you to go there. Wait, I just was attacked by a monster. It's like, don't worry. The very first lines in the level forest are, hey, oh, there you are. What should I do? Also, looks like Jig just got his goon kid. Goon. Wow, doing solo commentary is hard. I hope I'm not screwing this up for everybody, and I hope you're still enjoying it. But now Jig's going to go grab his meteor. Now we do tend to choose to do this, after the fact because there's no bosses and no mobs there. Thanks. But it's the whole fact of, I guess it wasn't as powerful as it was. We could skip it and save like maybe about 30 seconds to a minute on the run, but this spell saves us so much time later on. It's not even worth trying to skip it. I mean, we've come up with, here's how to skip Quake, here's the stretch for that, and players have actually started to adopt it. Thanks. Some DDR noob, I guess you're not a, some FFMQ noob. But Moss on his Dullahan fight had opting for heal strats. I know most players will actually, hope for the paralyzed just because it gives it an extra turn. Well, a free turn. Which is useful. Now, what I find amusing is if you actually leave the actual house, once you pick up your rave grenades, you're locked out. Why does the game lock you out when you just walked out from the inside? I understand if I would lock around from you, but still, it will lock you out. Mind you, I have actually done that and tried picking up Ruben 1 to do the tower with. Though, oddly enough, he is actually a decent character to use in the Ice Pyramid. Because his weapon actually has so much damage potential that it one-shots almost every mob. And also just, about to finish up his Dullahan fights. And then off to the tower. Dig. I hope you get a floor 6. I hope you get a floor 6. I really hope you get a floor 6. I'm rooting for you as much as I can. But since I know you're in chat and you know where your opponent is, we might see a sub 2 in this tournament. I'm rooting for you both. You're both on phenomenal pace. And I've got to find some wood again. Here's some wood. I hope you all... I hope that's not too bad, but just... I don't want to give you a commentary curse. You're both on a phenomenal pace. Especially for a race. He'll use Cure, I guess, on the Doom King's face. That's basically what we do. We cure a Doom King. Whatever his name is, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna, like, that's because the game literally did not give you a, top, a maximum damage cap. So, yeah, who knew we picked up the most dangerous spell in the game less than 5 minutes into the game? Mind you, I still find it sad that, yeah, they want you to use Cure, and we can't use Cure Potions as a weapon. Nor heal. I'd love to be able to just one of those two at an enemy and just go, hey, here, you mind healing? You mind seeing what happens with that one? But now the tower. The trolliest location in the game. And the true test of this game. Will it be heaven? Will it be hell? Will it be PogChamps? Will it be Baby Rage? Will it be a PogChamp having some Baby Rage because the tower gave you everything nice, and Baby Rage because the boss cost you? I don't know. This game is just... in this race, it's been so good. Jig just about to take on his Dullahan fight. Now, I guess technically you could call Ben Ichabod here. Shoutouts to the Sleepy Hollow, if you're familiar with that classic piece of literature. But it's the Headless Horseman with a headless horse. How the heck does he know where he's going? I mean, where's his head? Where's his horse's head? Traditionally, isn't that, but I guess technically we do finally see his head when he hops off the horse and his horse is dead, which would make him lose the horse. And there we say hi to Pazuzu. And now we pray. Just pray for a floor 6. Just pray for a floor 6. And we also pause for some of the best music in the game. True. But mind you, we know where his head is because he's carrying it, in his left arm. You can clearly see it when he's off the horse, but where's his horse's head? We don't know where his horse's head is. It's like, what? I mean, there's his head. And he actually has a helmet too. And apparently he's actually blue instead of purple and has a red cape on. I mean, it's the type of mob that's just like, okay, where's your horse? And where's your horse's head? I wonder, where did they put his head in? It's like, his horse has no head. He has his head. So I guess he's literally the head. He's ahead of both of them? I know that's a bad pun. But both of them, are now going to be entering the tower. Well, Moss is already, going up the whole giant eyeball, hallway. Yes, he should have quit while he was ahead. At least before Ben started using, spamming Meteor on him. And we talked to Otto's daughter. Let her know, it's like, hey, yeah, your dad sent us. It's like, oh, yay, I can finally leave. It's like, the better question is, why the heck is her dad couldn't just, you know, activate the bridge to just have her walk out anyway? I mean, I'm a fan of talking to Pasuto on floor 1, because it's keeping a little bit of the casual flair to the game. Which also allows you to randomly get a floor 3 and you can actually re-roll the number. It's kind of funny to actually walk by him after already talking to him once. But, still, I wish the game, you know, would actually give us like, hey, I gotta go beat this giant bird. Did you see where he went to? Dude, so we're coming up to the Hellway, and I know a lot of players have said, yeah, there's a Hellway in every game. Well, almost every game. I guess technically it's every game that is old school as a Hellway. And that's the fun part. Well, here's hoping for good Hellway RNG. Here's hoping. I mean, both players know that if Kaylee dies, they gotta pray. They have to pray. Now, you notice that during these fights, you know, players will tend to have their partner or manual versus auto. The AI in this game, you know, that controls your partner, is actually pretty smart. Some of the time. Because some of the times, like, they'll remember, oh, yay, I have magic. And other times, they're like, magic? What's magic? I'm just going to use this giant axe I have. But Moss approaching floor 7. One last, you know, mob in the Hellway. While Jig's starting to talk to the giant bird that laughs at our faces when we see him. It's kind of weird that essentially he'll only appear on odd floors. You can talk to him on 1, 3, 5, or 7. And yet, talking to him on 5, you actually can go one space away from him and still not trigger the scene. Yet on 7 and every other floor, it's 2 spaces away. Why couldn't the game have actually get to consistency of that one? I would love to just be able to walk by him on 7 and have him be sitting there on 6. But that's the sad thing. Come on, Moss, let's get a floor 6. Same thing of you, Jig. You're both on great pace. I don't know who to root for as well. It's like, I'm literally just trying to see, like, you're both on phenomenal paces. You're both in the tower. You're both, apart from some of the trolliest things, you're both doing amazing. It's like, I don't know who to root for here. The possibility of maybe a sub 2 or the possibility of a very close race. Chat, help me out here. Possible sub 2 or possibly very close race. I want both. I want my cake and I want to eat it too. Come on. I think both runners are at a very good pace right now. Very good pace. You're right. Double sub 2 would be great. Double sub 2 would be amazing. And I'd want it for them both. That actually puts them in, what, top 10 in the world-ish, if I'm right? Chat can correct me there. Now that is amusing. That will be amusing. Ugh. There we go. Sorry about that. Just I had to mute my mic for a minute. No. Moss opting to not use the possible caster curse, as the game decided to put exit above every other spell. And I really wish we could actually shift that. I really do. But that's the thing. Both are having, you know, very good times. And Jig's during. Is he at his hallway yet? Hold on, here's going. Moss is on floor 6. Jig making his way through the hallway. I know it's a big if at this point, but we all want it. Yes. So that's the fun thing. This game literally lets you customize a lot. It's surprising for an RPG for beginners. Square actually did think through some things. And I guess, as long as it's not Final Fantasy 1 for your first, you know, RPG, you're good. Not a negative on that one, it's just playing that the good old NES days, loading on the cart, putting it back in, file's gone. Sorry. Now let's see, do we have a floor 6? Please let it be a floor 6. Please let them both get floor 6. Please let it be a floor 6. They're both on such phenomenal pace. Please let it be a floor 6. Will we see it? Please, 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 please. Yay! Hey, floor 6! Floor 6 hype! Jig, I'm hoping for you. I'm rooting for you right now, man. But hour 35 in, a floor 6. Please let me find some wood. Please let me find some wood. Please let me knock on this wood again. It's Pog Champs. If Moss gets a good zoo and Pazuzu, I'm not even going to finish that sentence because I don't want to jinx them. Don't say that, man. You might actually see something happen in this. Yeah, Zoo is still a thing. He is. You both have a shot at a sub 2, or at least as close as possible to a 2. I'm not gonna say what's in my mind for Mosh, because I don't want to jinx him. But, let's just say leaderboards. And I'll leave it at that. That's just... Come on. Jig, come on, Moss. Please. Zoo, don't troll them both. I'm knocking over wood constantly through this entire fight because it's... If the tower doesn't screw them over, and if they get to an amazing time, don't think it'll beat the 152. I don't, but it might actually take second. I don't think so, but it's looking like that type of a run. You might see it. You might see a sub 2, which I think. Hold on. Anybody? Hold on. Yeah, and if his run keeps up this way, he might jump to like 3rd or 4th. This is the type of run that, if everything plays out, it's that type of a possibility. I know it's not really that possible in that one, but it's definitely a sub 2. True enough. At one point it did look like you might have had it. I'm still hoping on that one. But, yeah, both of them are actually on pace to maybe get a sub 10. No, not sub 10. A sub 210. Yeah, and he has PB'd almost every race. Though I have to say, this is making up for his first race. Where the gate for Zuda said, no, 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 your opponent's winning. Nope. No. And Moss is on to Captain Mac. He's on to Captain Mac. The guy who lost his hat while he was out to get a Big Mac. While being stuck in this shack. Yeah. Let's hope his and Jig. I'm rooting for you. I guess he didn't get a floor 6. Yeah, the Agus shield. Serious. I'm afraid of just picking up, the Agus shield if I'm behind, if I've been having horrible RNG. If I've got horrible RNG, I'm picking up the Agus shield anyway, because I've already literally got horrible RNG. Is there a way you could actually take RNG and give it to someone else? If so, please tell me where I could go send some to other people. To maybe get them to finally think about actually trying to map the game more. Not a floor 5. Come on, floor 1. And now Moss is going to go talk to Kaylee. So yeah, we blew open the water that Phoebe basically had dammed up, throwing a jumbo bomb where she shouldn't have. Anything you want us to say to your dad? Yeah. Tell him to come home. Tell him to come home. He's literally hiding in here because he let a giant group of monsters onto his ship. Yeah. Yeah. If we could give RNG to people, that'd be cool. I know I've given luck to people on various things, but then again, my personal luck is a running gag between me and my friends. Damn, floor 2? Was that what I saw? May the game have mercy on his soul. I'm just a straight up fan of... This is one of the only benefits of taking floor 1. Apart from getting a reroll, you know if you have a floor 2, you know you have a floor 2. Just... You don't even have to go check. It's just, I've got a floor 2, I've got to take the floor 2. Yeah. I mean, the true gamble is a floor 1. Is talking to him on floor 1. Mind you, well, also, you could also, while talking to him to floor 3, take 30 seconds, walk back to 1, and immediately know if you've got a 1. Which, I guess is useful? Yeah, it is sort of effective. I mean, there's so many different ways in this game you could come up with a, you know, good time. I mean, I literally went out of my way, got Cupid's Rocket early, got Mega Grenades, went through all that, it's still PB'd. And then went through everything normally except for taking a floor 1 instead of talking to Pazuzu floor 1, and lost by 40 minutes. When this game says no, this game says no. Wait, it wasn't floor 1. Was it? Yes, it was floor 1. Thought it was the 2. I wasn't really paying attention as much as I should. And picking up the Gaia armor and telling Mac that basically get out of here. And our sandwich just falls to the ground because apparently talking to a person who scares him into wanting to try to eat a Reuben is like, nah. So we're taking our sandwich over to Phoebe to ask her to heal him. Which I always wondered, how does Phoebe get here? Because she doesn't really walk. I mean, does she literally teleport via the crests or what? Because if, you know, we last see her blowing up something and leaving, does she start walking from there? I mean, we already know that Kaylee can gain levels by sleeping. Which, dear God, I wish you could actually just skip her, you know, do the tree as Reuben 1, then basically go pick her up, you know, then, you know, come back. It's higher than Phoebe, but I know that's not possible. But I do have to love what the captain tells you, basically how to steer his ship. Press A! I mean, the game literally tells you hit the B button to jump in the very first few, very first few messages of the game. Now, Moss is in the castle, which... Shout out again to the people that made the music for this game. It is amazing. Still annoyed that when Square Enix decided to include Mystic Quest music from, into Theatrhythm, Final Fantasy Curtain Call, they only use the battle music, which is great, but there are some parts in this game that are just amazing, background music. Doom Castle is one of them. And Moss snagging his, shield. Which, I agree, that is worth the time because of the last race. Because of that race. Jig getting done with his giant bird? I guess he won't have to be eating crow. Yes, the shield. I wish I could figure out a glitch to put that shield on Phoebe. Then again, would the effect help her or not? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's the whole fact of the bird trolled him. The tower. Anybody willing to help? I guess if we have the spare bits, we'll, cheer you on. But the tower. Now, the boss, I guess the boss rush here. 2 of the 4 they actually remembered to not put them as boss flags. So we can exit them and we can life them. Which is kind of funny that, hey, the bone version of the Flamosaurus Rex, hey, life works! The boss? No. It's just... Even itself. And here's Ruben throwing a bomb that, well, hey, wait. I got Mega Grenade Jelly. Why can't I just throw this bomb? Because you don't know how to throw a bomb. Apparently, Ben does not know how to throw a bomb. Apparently, he doesn't know how to throw the whole hand grenade of Antioch. You've been. Clock back on. Count to 3. Not 2. Not 3 1/4. Not 4. But throw it on 3. Mosh on his, rehash of the Ice Pyramid. Which is always nice. While Jig's hitting through, the ship to go talk to the captain, whose fault it is entirely we have to go on this quest. I mean, I guess it's even his fault that, Ben's village is lost. But nah, I think that's being a little too hard on him. Mind you, you do have to give him credit for actually giving him the ship at the very end. And if only that area, if only that ledge on Marshe's side was 1 space bigger. Just 1 space bigger, and we could skip all of this. The Dragon Claw is 1 space too short. Right now, Moss is winning. Jig is, well, trying to make up for having a floor 1 versus Mars is, floor 6. And Mars is basically, except for 1 or 2 fights, had insane RNG. I mean, he's probably good. He's on pace to PB again. Whereas Jig's going for the ship. I do wonder whether or not he's going to pick up the Aegis Shield as well. I mean, it's the Aegis Shield. Not as bad as all hailing the Demon Chocobo, but I guess the shield actually does keep that thing away from you. And now we're on the Ice Golem refight, which is Giant Stone Golem. It's a wonder. You know, it's made of stone. Why can't we just throw water at it? But still, I would love it if it was actually faster, you know, especially for some of the parts to just exit out, but you'd have to fight the mobs again. And here comes Ruben again. Oh, not Ruben. Tristan again on Jig's side. I find it amusing. You always see men go either shrug or like the giant exclamation mark, question mark, bubble. It's like, yeah, where's that music coming from? Where is it? I don't know. And then again, it's just like, I'm surprised you don't have two exclamations like, not you again. Moss working on his giant, you know, where the heck did this lava area come from? Because we don't go to any place like that. I know some players do, either casual or playing the game, you know, normally, like 100% runners. Shout outs to everybody that actually does decide to run this game at 100%, because you really can't skip much. Despite basically being able to give every item to yourself in your inventory. It's possible, it's time consuming, but it is possible. And now Jig entering his Doom Castle. Now here's the test. How bad will Zoo be? Zazu. Hey, it's Zazu! It's Zazu, the Pokemon! Everybody got a Pokeball? I'd love to just be able to capture, you know, Zoo in that, and just basically just skip the entire fight. And again, I think we all would. So, Jig also opting to pick up the Aegis Shield. You can call it baby rage or not, but, you know... Yeah, that shield is the one thing, if we could get a wall clip into Doom Castle... Well, if we could get a wall clip into Doom Castle, we'd basically just beat the game a lot earlier. And it would be with Kaylee too, but, yeah, if we could, we'd probably pick up that shield no matter what. Oddly enough, wall clips or something this game won't let you do. They'll let you rearrange your entire inventory, give yourself every key item in the game, get 255 of, you know, any consumable item that you... Well, actually, every consumable item, because it's possible to do that. It just won't let you wall clip. Yeah, that's the thing. If we could get a wall clip, we would. I mean, technically, if we could get a wall clip in the first area, you know, past the first area into the door walking up to the Sky Coin, yeah, we do that. Or down here. Because, yeah, we would skip to Doom Castle. Though we'd probably have to reroute it to pick up White or run as fast as we can to get Meteor and Flare so we could actually survive. Because I don't think people want to level grind, but yeah, most likely we wouldn't level grind either because being low level has its benefits. Dealing 20k plus to the final boss? Priceless. And Miles is through his two-headed dragon fight? I guess it's a two-headed dragon. Not sure on that one. I mean, it looks like a two-headed dragon. Chopping off one head makes one head disappear completely. Never knew a dragon that you could do that to. Maybe if you chopped off a mythical creature's one of its heads, where would the other go? I mean, it shouldn't just disappear into the ether. I mean, I guess maybe one head was an illusion, and the other head, once it was gone, you broke this spell, maybe? Not sure. Not sure. Despite all the bad RNG that this game is given, it's or RNG as people like to call it sometimes, Jig's actually been doing well, as far as just holding his own. Or holding their own. But this game, it's been real amusing, to pick up and learn. And I encourage, everyone in chat, do try it out. It's a quick study. I mean, heck, a lot of us playing, less than 2 months, and we learned the game in just a couple days-ish? There's a guide on GameFAQs written by the current world record holder giving all the strats. There is a test on YouTube, but it's from a few years back. And I've thought about, looking into that, but the biggest problem is we're afraid we'll lose our resistance glitch, which the Doom immunity, which is only gotten by Tristan 2, well, Tristan as a whole. The biggest question is we're trading one thing for not, for basically a lot. We still have to deal with Petrify. And I think the instant death is better than being stoned constantly. Because we don't pick up life in this route. And Jig into his Ice Golem, well, his Giant Soldier of Stone fight. While Moss getting trolled by the Chimeras and Cerberus, which I found it amusing. Cerberus is weak to fire. I guess guarding the gates of the underworld, day in and day out makes you really don't like fire. I know. This game. When it trolls, it trolls. When it does good, it does good. it's a game that actually sitting down and playing, you know, it's a very fun, you know, speedrun of. It's, you know, it's nice actually, you know, showing it off and just randomly testing, you know, stuff in it. I mean, heck, it's just, I don't know what to say on that one. It's just, both runners, despite having horrible RNG, have been holding their own. Jig finally getting done his stone golem fight on his way to the well, I guess what, Mount Doom? Yeah, nah, that's what the volcano would be normally. I guess it actually imitation Mount Doom. I'd say it's one of those games that more along the lines of it's a fun game to speedrun if you like the music and you are a fan of, you know, other, you know, crazy things within there. It actually reminds me a little bit, you know, like take a bits of a good RPG, take a bits of the Zelda randomizer, and take a bits of a game that basically, you know, you can tolerate some good music with. You know, put it all together, you know, close the blender lid, shake, you know, turn that on, pour it out, shake it up, then pour it over a drink, and that's basically the game in a nutshell. And I guess also give it to a minor and tell them basically, hey, here you go. Here's your first drink. Here's your first RPG. Must actually have a decent RNG with the giant bird, who my is gag that is loves to give the bird to players. Jig. Over 3 hours. Just under 3 hours last night. This game will troll. Yeah, the story of this game is so deep that you know it for the first 5 seconds of the game. No surprises, nothing else like that. And Marsh. I have to say this. You're doing a great job, Jig. Go kick the crap out of this two-headed dragon. Out of this two-headed wyvern. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I always find it funny. Goblin. You have a Djinn, you have a two-headed wyvern, and you have someone in drag that basically, when you stop them, they basically lose their hair and a lot of other stuff. It's weird on an SNES game to actually, you know, especially during the height of Nintendo's, you know, policy at that time, to actually show that off. And Moss approaching the final boss. As you know, we're just going to cure him to death. Because Cure deals 24K's worth of damage. Who knew healing was that strong? I didn't. How amusing. That you killed me with a cure. This is like a mustard. Yay! GG, Mosh. GG. Let's get those GGs in chat. And Moss finishes with a SRL time of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 35 seconds. GG, Moss. GG. GG. And let's see if we can pull him in for his winner's interview while Jig is approaching his rehash fight with the giant bird.
Alright, it's almost time for Za again. Oh man.
Hey Mosh.
Yo. Holy crap.
Yeah, GG man. At one point it looked like you were on a pace for possibly a sub 2.
Yeah, it did kind of look like that a bit. I lost a little bit of time here and there. I actually had my splits up the entire time. I'm like, after the Flamer's Rex, I was over 1, but afterwards...
That's how this game is.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I mean, Jig basically was keeping up with you most of the time, and then his first battle, you know, in the pyramid was horrible. Gets done, you know, and his first fight in Exit was Squid plus, you know, the Manticore, or whatever that thing is.
Yeah, the Sphinx. There we go, it's a
Yeah.
Sphinx. I don't know what the heck my luck was today, but when I went through there, it was like, alright, yeah, I'm expecting to see 2 or 3, at least.
I think that was a 0?
It was a 0.
Okay.
It was a freaking 0.
Yeah, I think that's the first time we've seen one.
It's the first time in a long time that I've seen one. And at this point, I'm wondering if... Because I'm running off of the Virtual Console version, from, of course. Well, that's been known from the beginning. But
yeah.
3 races in a row, I get 6th floor Pazuzu. Like, what are the freaking odds of that?
It depends on if they're using the standard version or not. I mean, because I do believe they did actually do a later version in the US, but I'm not sure.
I honestly, I don't know. I might have to look into this a little bit, but
yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I've done all my runs on the VC before, and I think I've gotten 6th floor now, maybe 5 or 6 times, and 3 of them were in a row. If it's actually like they had like a 1.0 cart, because I know that's for the US, and if they did like a 1.1 and then Japan had a 1.2, I mean, that's all I can think of, but if they actually fixed that there but left everything else, I mean, that's actually speed tech for this game. Yeah, just a little bit, but I don't honestly think that they really changed much of anything. It just happens to have been my luck that I've had these last couple runs. It's been ridiculous.
I agree with you there. I mean, this game literally, you know, I've shown it off myself. It's like, you can do a lot of stuff in this game. Oh yeah.
It's like when we saw your run the other night, we saw like the order you were picking up the items were sitting there like, what the heck is he doing?
Well, it's something that I just had tinkered around with. Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
You know what's amusing? I had a 3-hour run that yesterday, doing everything normally except for doing a floor 1. Talking to usually on floor 1, over 3 hours, and doing everything normally, and yet my time with all the menu screw-ups the night before was at least 15 minutes faster.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a good run either way. It was interesting to see how like different ways you could run stuff around. Like I actually had tinkered with that before, getting the Mega Grenade when you go to Firebird the first time, actually going through and getting like the locket there and then going to talk to Otto, so when you go through there later you can just bypass Windy. But in the end it doesn't really save you a whole lot of time. It
depends on how you actually set up the menuing. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're actually, at the point of, like, exactly where your spells are, and exactly how you're going to have to, menu all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It can work. But, other thing is, I'll be for a minute. Jig is actually approaching his zoo fight. Please,
all right.
Please,
come on,
please,
Zoo, be nice.
Please don't give him the bird. He's already had to deal with you already. I mean...
Alright, the actual final boss.
Yeah, we can't cure this boss. We can do a bunch of stuff to the final boss, but... It's the true final boss of the game.
Yep, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the Dark King can troll you a little bit, but it doesn't do it often enough to really make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, there's some parts in this game that's just like... I mean, you can actually get to the tower before even, getting down the tree.
Right.
You just can't complete it. There's a lot of amusing things with this game, and it's just like... I encourage anybody that actually is a fan of, like, just trying out interesting speed tech, pick this up. It's just that type of game that just... You can tinker around with, it's still get a good time in this game.
Oh, definitely.
It's actually the best type of game, in my opinion, if you're going to actually... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see what happened there.
It's just the type of game that's just... If you want to actually, practice, experimenting on a speedrun type game, and while practicing, this is actually the type of game for you.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, that's basically the way I've actually been doing all of my practicing to this game. Is I just don't like, practicing all the way through. So it's like, I'm going to try testing these theories out and get some experience enjoying this part of the game.
Oh, easy, yeah. there's just so many things you can do throughout the entire game.
Yeah. What have you done to deserve this? Ugh. I don't know. I felt that way last night. I left the Ice Pyramid last night with a 49.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get done the tree until 127.
Za is not being... Yeah. He's not being kind at all.
He really isn't. And Jig actually went and picked up the Aegis Shield.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hit with stone enough times, and paralysis, because I know that stops both of them from going through, but I've been hit with both of them enough times, it just doesn't...
I know there's another item that, if I recall correctly, can give you paralysis resistance? I'd have to double check on it. In fact... Oh, no, actually do that! But I still have to say, this has been, one of the most interesting, games to actually speedrun.
Oh, definitely.
And definitely shoutouts again to Aegis for actually writing the actual guide for this. Dear God. That was a running gag on the Discord, wasn't it? About how many of us actually just, picked up the game and just like, here's the guide, go learn the game. Here you go, it'll take you about 6 hours.
Yeah,
the questions just come back in 6.
Yeah, basically. I know when I was originally I was already pretty familiar with the game. I played it a lot as a kid. And, I mean, I didn't have to look at a whole lot to learn what the route was going to be and, like, how it was going to go. It's like, once I found out about the, the way you pick up the items and the order you have to pick those up to glitch those in Firebird.
Yeah, I mean, I played around with it a little bit when I was a kid, just because I myself was usually playing FF6.
As you can see, I am right now.
Yeah, I still have got a bit of a beef with the community on that one, because, when you play the game a lot as a kid, you find out there's weird things. It was just trying to explain that to speedrunners. Like, okay, actually using Sketzo and Gao does cause a sketch glitch.
Yep.
Actually talking to one of the top runners is like, how is the setup for that? Like, how do you explain that? It's just like, you just go and do it.
Basically.
Just like there's a few things that I've got to go back and do that, just involving the Illumina and that stuff. But
Yeah, there's a lot of extra things. Yeah, but I mean, it's not necessary to get all those. And as far as it goes to getting into this community, J Shadow, it's you basically just take an interest, start talking to people, and like start learning runs. There is Mystic Quest Discord.
Yeah, you want to post a link to that in the chat?
If I actually let me see if I have the link. Let me check here. I know it was in. I just got into it not too long ago. Who sent me the link? Was it?
I mean, I'm on it, but I could.
Oh,
not
no,
sure how
that
to
link is expired.
Not sure how to pull up the link on that one.
Let's see here. Oh, I can make one.
Okay. Yeah, because it's always worth, trying it out. I mean, it's literally one of those games that just... It's fun. It's, using to try, and just encourage everybody to try it. I mean, the game is actually a fun game.
Oh yeah, it's a ton of fun. And I mean, even if you start getting frustrated with like some of the things, like I would have like what Jighart's dealing with right now is very similar to what White Zephyr or Cyclone and I were dealing with.
Yeah,
when we did our race. We both died to it a couple of times.
Yeah, like, that was the main reason why he won, was because he picked up the Aegis Shield.
Yeah, the Aegis Shield saved me more often than it didn't.
Oh, also, just a note, Venus Shield gives paralysis. Well, it gives paralyzed resistance. If you wanted to skip the shield, it does actually prevent you from getting petrified. Sorry, not petrified. Being paralyzed in the game.
Yep. But, I mean, the Aegis Shield... Actually, just about every item in this game you pick up, like, there's 3 of everything. 3 upgrades, or 2 upgrades for each weapon. So there's basically 3 of each weapon and 3 of each piece of armor. Each upgrade you get for that piece of armor will still have the, like, any resistances that the previous piece had on top of whatever it now gives you.
And 1 second, Jig is approaching their final fight.
Alright, it's time for the Dark King.
Yep, let's cure the Dark King out of existence.
Yeah, basically.
It's the only attack that deals close to 25k in this game.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, it is. I mean, I know personally there are some times that I wish this game would actually let you do some normal things, like use a cure potion on an enemy. You let us use cure. Can't we use a cure potion? Please, it actually makes actually a usable character.
Right. Yeah, as Jighart said from earlier, hey man, Zuz is still a thing.
And I hope I've actually been, pronouncing his name correctly. I suck at pronunciation, and hey.
I pronounce it how it looks. I see a Z in front of it, and it says,
That's everybody. And he's on his final part.
And it is done.
GG. GG.
That PB.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still an SRL PB. Oh, that is great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's better than nothing.
I'm totally not paying attention to what I'm doing now.
I asked him if he wants to come in for an interview as well. Not sure. But this is the type...
I'll keep an eye on it. If he shows up, I'll drag him in here, because I don't think he is in the commentaries like we are.
Yeah. Not sure on that one. I threw it into the actual race channel.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, Jighart, if you want to come in, if you can either just join us in commentary too, or just jump into the waiting room and we'll drag you in.
Yeah. I know you might not want to have to talk about that run. I mean, there are times when it's just... You just don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
I really wish, however, that you could, since each character has, all their own individual resist, you do technically at the end of the game for a third character. I would love it if his actual resistance were better.
Oh,
and you
just
could
a
actually
bit.
get that. Just, I mean, wouldn't it be cool to actually have it with all of Phoebe's stuff listed, and then you just drag him in here, you drag him in and get other stuff?
Hey, Jighart.
Hello.
How are you? Sorry if I butchered your name during all this. It's just had no one to bounce it off of.
Oh well, don't worry about it. Just feels bad, man. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and honestly, after seeing when you posted that the other day on your, just having it there, it kind of makes me want to have something similar. Because holy crap!
No, you want to see something horrible? Go look up. Mind you, I did do some horrible, screw ups, myself because still learning. Go watch my race from last night, on my channel because we couldn't get a restreamer for it. It's just, you will literally go like, what the hell is this RNG? What the hell? It's like, it went from, hey, I've shot of actually maybe getting a sub 230, maybe a sub, to around 215, which is 30 minutes off my PB, to, what the hell did I deserve to deserve this?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, okay. This is when the game just wants to like screw you over. You get to the final boss, you use cure, miss, you die.
Yep.
Guess what? You start over the fight, you cure again, miss. I mean, I literally had to deal with the final battle without Ben, if I recall. Sorry, not Ben. Without Phoebe.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm living on a prayer here. Just the funniest thing was actually taking out one of the bosses. Just like Pazuzu was okay. I think it was either Pazuzu or Zoo where it was just Ben at the end.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've had that luck, or I've had a couple fights like that before, where it does come down to like you have Ben by himself, and you just gotta hope.
Yeah, that was fun. I liked how Zoo tried to troll me. Let me kill you every single turn.
Oh hey, looks like you get to decide, the fate of your group.
Yeah, I was hoping to win this one, but yeah, I still have a chance. That's good.
Hey, it's better than me on that one. Better than me on that one, though. I intend to still, pick up the torch for commentary because it's always fun to do that. And you were at least at the stream up. Did I do a decent job? I hope at least.
Oh,
That's good. That's fun.
Solo commentary is hard.
Yeah, no, just a little bit. I was half considering, because I saw like no one else ended up coming up. I was considering halfway through jumping in there as well, but I figured that might be a little distracting on my side.
Yeah, I mean, just
trying to do both does not work.
Yeah, I know, but I hope I did a good job. I hope everybody enjoyed the run, because this was an amazing run.
Oh yeah, no, you did great, man.
Hey, this is the type of one where it's just like, whatever you've done, just if you PB, you PB. If you, you both PB, which is surprising enough, but well, it's actually an amazing thing on that one. As well.
There we go.
You both had, you both, as I said, you both PB'd. You both, did very well on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That was not an actual PB for Jighart. That was an SRL PB.
LPB, I guess.
By 9 seconds.
Yeah,
again.
Considering I have, yet to submit one, for myself, and I've got to actually submit a run for the, Link to the Past, relay, actual, just to show what category to put me in. Mind you, I actually signed up for literally one of the hardest categories.
Yeah.
But I signed up for Mirror Shield, which, if you're unfamiliar, the whole goal is to get the Mirror Shield. So you essentially try Total Rock with 6 or 7 hearts.
Oh, neat. No, thank you. I'll pass.
Nope.
It's actually kind of fun, right? It's, it's one of those things that it's fun, but, I mean, plus, other things you guys are looking forward to coming up apart from, the bracket stages. With current, speed gaming events.
Right. Oh, man. Yeah, I actually had no idea what was going to end up coming up out of this race to start off with, because I knew we were both pretty evenly matched. It really came down to how RNG treated us for the most part. Like, I was expecting there to end up being a 3-way tie with 2 wins and a loss.
I think someone in chat, I think one of your fellow runners in your group actually pointed that out in chat.
Yeah, that was Cyclone or White Zephyr.
Zephyr. On that one, because I knew Cyclone mentioned something about currently crashing with a friend on that one last night, because he was thinking about trying to do commentary on that one, it really couldn't.
Right. Yeah, White Zephyr and Cyclone are the same person.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, you know. And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, the other half is RNG, and basically knowing how to manipulate that.
Yep, knowing execution and RNG. So it's a 3-way split there.
Yeah, I mean, this game is, well, I guess a combination of the RNG and execution, but the knowing does help too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was gonna say, White Zephyr put both his names in the Discord. Oh man.
Yeah, I know everybody. Thank y'all for actually watching this. And encourage everybody to try, picking up this game. I mean, it's been fun to learn. I mean,
yeah.
God, I picked this game up, about a week out, maybe 5 days before the start of the tournament, and hey, I've got a decent time.
Yeah, no, it's not terrible at all.
I mean, it's above average considering, the average is 10 hours, and most people would probably go to 5, maybe 4?
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, if you're trying to speed run through the game the first couple times, yeah, it's going to be pretty high up there because you're still learning. And most of the time you're going to be looking at the guide while you're doing it, so while you're still trying to pick up everything on there. I mean, eventually you'll get to the point where it's all in your mind. It's all muscle memory at that point.
Hey, that was what my last 2 runs were.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a fan of, as I said, if I'm going to practice, I'm just going to be experimenting all during the practices.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I did when I was a kid. It's just like, okay, I know what to do. Okay, what does this do? Okay, anybody knows? It's like, not really. We have an idea. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna go try this. I'll let you guys know what happens in a few minutes.
Right.
This is the type of game that just you really can't test using an actual copy of the game normally. Because the resistance glitch.
Well, yeah, you really all you have to do is get a file that's all the way there, at least with second Phoebe in your group. You just save that and then you run from there.
Yeah. So for testing its purposes, it's the type of thing that's just like, if you're going to try testing stuff, this is the type of game that's just like, try it emulated or try it normally. Either way, you're going to have fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, during one of the weeklies a little while back, I legitimately soft-locked myself. Legitimately soft-locked myself by doing something stupid. Did
you use a Thunder Rock too early, or?
No, I picked up the chest in Captain Mac's ship.
Ooh, yeah, I've done that before too. I remember that.
Yeah, but the thing that it taught me?
Not to do that again?
Not to do that again, but I can manipulate my inventory just by picking up chest items.
Yeah.
Which, oddly enough, works differently than buying items.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit. If you go to, in that case, if you go to pick up an item that you don't have in your inventory, at that point, if you pick up the heal potion, it would act like as if you purchased 3 of them.
Actually, yes and no on that one, because, that's the same for heal and refreshers, but even if you pick up just cure potions like that, it'll give you the Venus key, the sun, and, the sun coin. If it's seeds, it's, around the same thing like that. Heal potions, it gives you everything like that minus, you still get the Thunder Rock. Oh, wait, no, Seeds gives you the mirror, but it's minus the Thunder Rock, and then refreshers, it's the key, the mirror, the Thunder Rock, and the Sun Coin, which is one of those things I've actually thought about actually using, setting that up, then, going through all that, picking up the Venus Shield, and then just continuing on normally.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to literally have an open slot and one overflow, you overflow to getting 6 seeds, basically.
Yeah.
And you use up those, you basically make sure you have a seed left, pick up another thing of refreshers normally, and then go from there, but it's actually a strat I want to try now.
It sounds like a lot of going out of your way, to be perfectly honest.
Not really. I mean, when you drop the Wake Water off, you go and basically just walk up to where you would buy the steel helmet and just pick up the refreshers there. And then just walk back, because you're going to be going and, using cures. It's like, so you just use up the 3 extra seeds and you pick up the refreshers like normally, I guess. I guess it's
I suppose.
I mean, because you're also technically also unlocking the Sun Coin there, so yeah, it works. I mean, that's one of the things I've literally played around with, just messed around to see what the magic number is for the cure potions. If you could get forward 51, it would actually save time.
Yeah.
Because 51 allows you to basically get the Gemini Quest and the Mobius Crest. And essentially, because then you could, as long as you could get the multi-key, you're good. Because you could literally go from, the second city to Fireburg, back there, just skip all the wandering around, and you just have to do exits battlefield.
Right. Oh, man. Well, yeah, Cyclone was right. My PB is now 4 seconds ahead of his.
Yeah. GG on that as well.
Yeah, that was beautiful. All right. All right, man. Well, I think that is actually it for me for now. I've got a couple other things I'm actually planning on doing today as well. So.
Same. I guess I'll say, if you guys don't have anything else to say, I guess I'll say, everyone, do try this run out. It's actually a gem of the, the Super NES that, you'll either love it or you'll hate it, but it's fun run.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely worth the, picking up, trying it. Just 6 hours was the running gag. Here, 6 hours and you could learn to speedrun a game.
Right.
When is that short?
Mega Man X is a rather short game. I mean, it depends on how long it takes you to pick it up, but that...
I know. I refer, Mega Man X is a short game with that one.
Yeah.
I still remember actually somehow managing to get the actual Dragon Punch off as a kid on the Boston 2.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was never really good with that.
Practice. It was just like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I finally did it.
Right. Alrighty. Well, hey, you guys take it easy. We'll see upcoming next in Group F is just Jighart and Cyclone. So we will definitely see how these races go. See who ends up taking the second spot.
Yep. And I'll also say this. Please make sure to like it and follow and subscribe if you'd actually like to Speed Gaming 2. If someone wouldn't mind posting the schedule for upcoming events. I mean, I know we've got the second Link to the Past Randomizer tournament coming up, and I don't want to make it sound like that's all we do, because I know there's a lot of other, games coming up, like a randomizer for Metroid and even more. Plus, you also have a upcoming handheld marathon, I recall. But, yep.
I mean, just before this race started on Speed Gaming 1, there was a Pokemon Red. Any percent, or was it any percent?
It was 90% glitchless, I think.
Yeah.
Which is kind of amusing. I remember playing that game as a kid.
Right.
I'm not going to do it with the weakest Pokemon. I'm just going to go through and get every Pokemon. Still, Good night, everyone.
Yep. Have a good one. We will catch you all later. Take it easy.
See you guys.